Let us start with next one, that is question number 15. So when it comes to question number 15, it has been given that 1 mole of which of the following has the highest entropy. So mercury, it is liquid. Diamond, it is an allotropic form of carbon which is a solid. So liquid nitrogen, hydrogen gas. So already we have discussed that the entropy will be maximum for gases. Hence the correct option will be option D, that is hydrogen gas. 16th one. Consider the Born-Haber cycle for the formation of an ionic compound given below and identify the compound Z formed. So here when it comes to Born-Haber cycle, by this we can clearly notice that M plus, so this is nothing but the formation of a metal in its positive phase, that is M plus of an, so that is a non-metal which is formed in gaseous phase, that is X minus, where it has been given as delta H5, where this delta H5 should be what? Mx, that should exist in solid phase. So when we go through with the option, so none of the option has been given as Mx as solid. So here delta H5 is what? Delta H5 is called as lattice energy. So the energy, lattice energy means it is nothing but the energy released when the requisite number of positive and negative ions are condensed into crystal to form 1 mole of a compound is called as lattice energy, or else this lattice energy can also be defined as the number of this lattice energy can also be defined as the energy required or the energy released for the formation of an 1 mole of a crystal is called as lattice energy. So when we go through with the formation of a product, none of the answer matches with the given option. Hence, it is none of the above is the answer. Next, question number 17th. The enthalpy of formation of ammonia is minus 46 kilojoule per mole. The enthalpy change for the reaction is, so here what they have given, enthalpy for the formation of ammonia. So they have mentioned that formation of ammonia is how much? That is minus 46 kilojoules. When I write the equation for this, I can write it as half of N2 plus of 3 by 2 of H2, that gives rise to NH3, where delta H is equal to minus of 46 kilojoule per mole. So they have mentioned this formation. Now what they are asking? They are asking the enthalpy change for the reaction. Therefore, I write it as the enthalpy change for the reaction. The enthalpy change for the reaction is 2 times of NH3 in its gaseous phase, that gives rise to N2 which is in gaseous phase plus of 3 times of H2, that is also given in its gaseous phase. So we have to identify the enthalpy for this particular reaction. So delta H1 can be identified as minus of 2 into delta H. Now a question comes, why minus of 2 into delta H? Because when the reaction proceeds, this reactant goes on decreases, hence negative. So 2 moles of ammonia, 2 into delta H, because delta H we know already for the formation of ammonia. So for the formation of ammonia, it is how much? It is minus of 46. So when I substitute the value of this delta H, so minus of 2 into minus 46, that is nothing but what? 92 kilojoule per mole with a positive sign. And this 92 kilojoule per mole is given by the option B. Next one, question number 18. So question number 18 tells that enthalpy of vaporization of benzene is 35.3 kilojoule per mole at its boiling point. 80 degrees Celsius, at its boiling point 80 degrees Celsius, the entropy change in the transition of vapor to liquid at its boiling point in joule per Kelvin per mole is. So here one should know that according to the Gibbs energy, or according to the Gibbs energy equation, we know that delta G is equal to delta H minus of T into delta S. When the reaction is at equilibrium, we know that delta G is equal to 0. So when delta G is equal to 0, the entropy means what? Delta S, the entropy decreases on going from vapor to liquid phase. So here one should know that the entropy goes on decreases on going from or on moving from vapor to liquid phase. Vapor to liquid phase. That is, I can rewrite it as what? Delta H is equal to T into delta S. By this, I can calculate delta S directly. That is, delta S is equal to minus of delta H by T. Now a question comes. Here, delta H minus of T into delta S means when we rearrange it will be what? Delta H is equal to T into delta S. But what is happening? Entropy is decreasing. Entropy is decreasing means what? It should be with a negative representation. Hence, I have written it as delta S is equal to minus of delta H by T. So, this is nothing but what? Minus of 35,300. Now, a question comes, what is this 35,300? So, it has been given as what? Energy is 35.3 kilojoules of benzene. Enthalpy of vaporization. Enthalpy of vaporization, they have mentioned it as what? 35.3 kilojoules. I have converted into joules, that is 35,300 joules divided by temperature is what? 80 degrees Celsius. Let us convert it into Kelvin, that is 80 plus 273. So it comes out to be 100 kilojoule per mole, which is given by the option B. Next one. Question number 19. When we discuss with question number 19, question number 19 tells that for the reversible reaction, which one of the following statement is true? So here the reaction that has been given is A in solid phase, B in its gaseous phase, which is reversible, that is C in its gaseous phase, D in its gaseous phase, and they have given that delta G naught is equal to minus of 350 kilojoules. So here, which of the statement is true? The entropy change is negative, equilibrium constant is greater than 1, the reaction should be instantaneous, the reaction is thermodynamically not feasible. So when we analyze with this, here it has been given that delta G has a negative value. So when the delta G has a negative value, the reaction is said to be what? Reaction is said to be feasible in forward direction. Reaction is said to be feasible in which direction? Forward direction. So the equilibrium constant value will be greater than 1. Hence, I can tell that the equilibrium constant value K will be always greater than 1. So, when we go through with the options, the option B is clear true, that is equilibrium constant is greater than 1 because delta G is negative, the reaction is feasible in which direction? Forward direction. So, the equilibrium constant Kc will be having a value greater than 1, which is given by the option B. Next one, question number 20. Based on the first law of thermodynamics, which one of the following is true? So here they have given 4 different options. So let us analyze with for all 4 options. First option A. So they have mentioned it as which process? Isochoric process. So we know that for isochoric, for an isochoric process, the work done by the gas is given by the equation minus of P into V delta V, that is work done is equal to minus of P into delta V. According to this, we know that according to the equation of thermodynamics or according to the first law of thermodynamics, we know that delta U is equal to what? Q plus W. I can replace work done with minus of P into dV, that is delta U is equal to Q minus of P into dV. So here when delta V is equal to 0, delta U is equal to Q or QV. So here what they have given, delta U is equal to minus Q, no, but here delta U is equal to Q. So first option is not correct, it is wrong according to the given option. Let us go through second one. For an adiabatic process, so we know that for an adiabatic process, the quantity of heat Q is equal to 0. So when Q is equal to 0, according to this first law of thermodynamics, when Q is equal to 0, delta U is equal to what? Delta U is equal to W. But here the option is delta U is equal to minus W. Hence B option is also wrong. Let us go through with option number 3 for an isothermal process. So when the process is isothermal, we know that for an isothermal process, delta U is 0, that is change in internal energy. Change in internal energy, delta U is equal to 0. Then what we can write? We can write it as Q is equal to negative of work done. But here they have given the option as Q is equal to positive of work done, which is also wrong statement. Let us go through with the last option, cyclic process. So we know that when the process is cyclic in its nature, the change in internal energy is 0. When the change in this internal energy is 0, then Q is equal to what? Q is equal to minus W. Hence the option is what? Q is equal to minus W. Or hence the D option is true. That has been given in the option according to first law of thermodynamics. Next one, question number 21. So when it comes to question number 21, here it has been given as a gas expands from a volume of 1 meter cube to a volume of 2 meter cube against an external pressure. So when it is telling that it is against an external pressure, then work done, usually work done against an external pressure means it should be with positive sign, that is work done is equal to P into dV. Therefore delta V can be written as what? V2 minus V1. So pressure is how much? That is 10 to the power of 5. What they have mentioned as the pressure, 10 to the power of 5 Newton per meter square. The work done by the gas is, so final volume is 2, initial volume is 1. Hence it is 10 to the power of 5 joules, or else I can write it as 10 to the power of 2 kilojoules, which is given by the option B.